Are you feeling shitty? Kinda mean? It's time for some Boris City magazine. I hate that. And YouTube just told me to stop cursing, so whatever.
You know BTS!
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Landon and we are here again today for some more Boris City magazine reactions. I hope that you're still here after that little frickin' skit that Landon pulled earlier. I don't know what that was. I was really trying to be creative and I found out that my creativity may not be as funny as I think. Anyway, today we need to give a huge shout out and thank you again to Sunnie for requesting a Boris City magazine video called BTS versus Radio. Sunnie wrote 2 sentences here in the description. Welcome back to Boris City. Prepare to be pissed. Nice. Nice. I'm excited. And I'm getting fired up already. I don't even know, because I know these boys deserve so much more radio play than they got, and Army had to fight freaking tooth and nail to even get them at the top of the Billboard 100s based on pure sales. You know how hard that shit is, okay? All these other people just play on the radio and get like 50 million views and plays and shit. Anyway, today we're watching BTS versus Radio, the Boris City magazine expose. I love her. I love you, Boris City. Okay? Can you talk to me? Please, can we be friends?
In 2017, BTS realized that they were not only the biggest artists in South Korea, but they also had a chance to be recognized in the Western music industry. That year, they were nominated to their first big American award, the Billboard Music Awards. They attended the ceremony and got their first Top Social Artist Award. So what was next? The biggest artists in the United States have at least one of these 3 things under their belts: streams, sales, and radio play. These 3 things are the only criteria to get a #1 single in music charts, including the Billboard charts, the biggest one in the music industry. This is why BTS went to many radio stations, had a lot of interviews, and gifted their latest album You Never Walk Alone to radio DJs. ARMYs got the message. Radio is important. So we requested BTS.
Can you look at this and now start thinking, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Sorry.
Songs on every radio station.
I remember requesting Butter and Dynamite so much.
Going to be interviewed on one. We sent them flowers, chocolates, and letters, thanking them for giving this opportunity.
Above and beyond, Army.
Your Army sent us flowers to thank us for having you on.
And that has never happened before with any other artist.
However, as time...
I'm gonna cry already. Sorry, I'm pausing it already again. I never saw that. New moment for me right there. And like, the fucking impact Army has on these bitches. Impact from Army, like doing our best, man. Like, that's never before seen, done, or heard of, and you're still not gonna play them? Okay, sorry. All right, I'm not gonna pause again for a minute.
As the radio
One minute.
stations never came, and the albums BTS gifted to radio stations were found unopened in garage sales. BTS gifted to radio stations were found unopened.
Remember when fans' dads found one of BTS's albums sent by BH to radio stations in the garage sale? That's also CD, but it goes to show that these radio stations didn't care. BTS is dominating charts for years and they still invalidate their achievements because they're not white. I hate these bitches. God damn. Ooh, it just makes me so mad.
In garage sales. So why were radios massively tweeting about BTS and inviting them to their shows if they never intended to play their songs, even when they became the most requested artists on radio? Believe it or not, many radio DJs dislike BTS because they cannot profit from their success like they can from other musical acts. The only thing they can do is increase their radio's social media engagement.
Use them.
See your techniques,
Use them.
Okay, for taking a selfie. Can we put all these on our website and let people maybe they can vote for who's got the best technique?
And radio
Use
is
them.
able to directly profit from playing certain songs because of an illegal practice called
Payola. We know about that. Nicki Minaj told us about that.
Payola, also known as the illegal version of pay-for-play, happens when an artist's record label pays radio to play their songs over and over again without disclosing the fact that the radio spins were paid. This way, these radio spins can count towards music charts like the Billboard Hot 100. It is basically bribing radio stations to play a song. This practice is illegal and it was banned from radio stations. However, in 2020, Rolling Stones magazine exposed more than 2,500 text messages involving Steve Sapp, a radio promoter with a number of radio stations. The
Wow.
messages reveal conversations between SAP and multiple major label executives, where they
How
arranged
crazy.
multiple payola agreements. This led to an investigation targeting the Recording Industry Association of America, record labels, and streaming services, as well as a lawsuit that later revealed that SAP received more than 130 payments totaling over $300,000. And this is only
If
one
only.
case of one independent radio promoter, which involved only 3 radio stations in the adult contemporary format: the Bay Area's KREV, Palm Springs KRCK, and Las Vegas KFRH.
Never heard of them.
Agreements with major labels are believed to be multi-million-dollar settlements, just like it was shown in a 2004 investigation. And I just want to clarify that the artists themselves allegedly did not have anything to do with these
That's once
agreements.
again,
The text-
listen. Once again, I know last time we kind of got a little bit heated up, and people may have taken what I was saying about the companies and about the business side of it and thought I was talking about the artists. This is never degrading the artists when it comes to business practices like this. If the artist is a racist, and if the artist says some shitty things about BTS, then yeah, it's about the artist, okay? But right now, this is all the company, bitch. This is all them. I'm not over here being like, Taylor Swift is the worst. The Weeknd is horrible for paying for payola. Like, no, you know they don't do none of that. Earlier when I said Nicki Minaj taught me that, she's the one that I heard that term from first back in the day. Just wanted to put that disclaimer out there.
Messages showed no evidence that any artists were communicating with SAP, only their labels. So who does payola? Panic at the Disco's radio promoter sent an urgent text to SAP when the group's spins decreased, saying, "I just did a $2,000 deal with you. I need Panic back up." SAP
Panic
texted a
at the
station
payola.
employee, "Any way to move 5 seconds of summer to Superpower till Saturday? I will get a great promo for you." Another text says, "Can we do Flora Cash and Khaled? Promise them 35 spins each. We'll cover that cash giveaway." When one station increased the number of plays of a single by LSD, the Columbia Records trio by Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo, SAP wrote, "I just got you a 1,000 promo through Columbia. Tell me what you need for stations."
I really
They
did
will
like
cover."
LSD,
Another
that whole
text
thing,
said,
though.
"This week, kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Sean Superpower for number 1. Republic sweating me already." Another text said, "Can we pull down Jonas Brothers Sucker? Helping Pink go number
Y'all
1.
can't be doing this.
Apart from Panic at the Disco, 5 Seconds of Summer, Flora Cash, Khaled, Labyrinth, Sia, Diplo, Shawn Mendes, and Pink, other artists according to the text include Dua Lipa, the Jonas Brothers, the Backstreet Boys, Ellie Goulding, Dean Lewis, Maren Morris, Marshmello, Halsey, Ed Sheeran, and other artists associated
Halsey,
with Warner Music,
stop your
Sony
company.
Music, Universal Music, Columbia Records, and Republic
No, Halsey,
Records.
give her
The
some
messages
place.
also reveal that the problem does
Whatever.
not only rely on record labels willingly paying for radio plays, but also radio stations extorting record labels. SAP wrote on a text message, "I'm going to make Patty beg for increase," when talking about spins for a Louis Capaldi song. So how did he
What does that mean,
allegedly
Patty bags?
extort record labels? For example, Green Day's lead singer Billie Joe Armstrong released a cover of "I Think We're Alone
I used to
Now,"
love
which
him
gained
a
organic
lot.
popularity and started climbing radio charts in 2020, since it offered a small measure of comfort to a pandemic-stricken world. However, it seems like his record label was not interested in actively promoting the song, so Steve Sapp texted an employee at a radio station to reduce the song's spins as a way of forcing him to pay. He
Reducing
wrote, "I hate
to pay?
do this, but Billie Joe needs to go down. They, the record label, said they aren't working on it and not paying bills. If we take down, let's see if they are all of a sudden working on it." But this
That's so
tactic, or
shady.
I would say extortion, didn't work out. Sapp then wrote Billie Joe down and they never paid a dime. So when BTS were first invited to US radio stations in 2017, they were happily welcomed and had some pretty nice interviews. But I really don't think it's a coincidence that after some time, the same radio DJs that were interviewing them and and being nice to them changed their attitudes towards them. If we can learn anything from this SAP lawsuit, is that during these days a payola agreement had to be made, but BTS and Big Hit refused, so radio stations turned their back on them, just like they did with Billy Joe Armstrong.
And it felt like it was so intentional. They were trying specifically not to play BTS, and now this is all clicking. I didn't realize there was a part of it where they would intentionally hold back the plays in order to try to coerce the company to start paying more. That makes sense because I just know there were thousands and thousands and thousands of ARMY calling for Dynamite and Butter to be played on the radio, and the fact that I may have heard it once or maybe twice, and nowadays, I'll hear it in Walmart or something like that. But during that time, it was so wild to me that I was like, there's so many armies doing this. Why am I not hearing it once an hour like normal? Anyway, that's all clicking now. Never made sense before, but now it does.
Now, you may think that radios refuse to play
No, don't
BTS
tell me that
songs
shit.
because they are in Korea.
I literally live in Los Angeles right now, and I hear half of the stuff on the popular radio pop channels is Spanish. It doesn't matter about other languages. It bops just as hard as the English songs, and it doesn't matter as long as it's a good song, bitch. Don't even tell me it's about the language either, because I will cry. Like I said, I'm in LA. I hear so much, and I cannot believe they would use this as an excuse. I understand, maybe I grew up in Louisiana, so I understand like a Louisiana radio station being weary about playing something that's not English, whatever. But Los Angeles? Okay.
And that is definitely part of the problem. However, even with the massive promoted English
Dynamite,
singles, they
Hellllo.
don't get the same crazy amount of plays as all the
Dude,
smaller
yeah, exactly.
English songs. And when they do get radio play, because of the massive success of the songs, radios only give them 1 or 2 spins during daytime.
That's what I'm
and some
talking about.
more spins between midnight and 6 a.m. so they can have the least amount of listeners they can.
And that is exactly what I meant by that. It was like I should be hearing them every fucking hour about the amount of people that I know are calling and requesting this. I know that a lot of armies too were thinking during the Buttermite? We're going with it. During the Buttermite time, that, okay, these songs are in English. There's literally no excuse now for them to not play this. So that's why we were thinking we were going to get songs every single hour. But when we were listening to the radio, I was listening to the fucking radio, just waiting for them and requesting them and waiting for them and waiting for them, okay? Who listens to the radio? Me. But still, it was so much work. I just felt like it wasn't paying off, and I never really understood why.
Is part of their extortion, allegedly. Just compare Dynamite or Butter to the Shawn Mendes case shown in SAP's text messages. SAP wrote that Republic Records was paying for Shawn's single If I Can Have You to rise to #1. SAP wrote, this week, Kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Shawn's Superpower for #1. Republic's sweating me already. Then the station told SAP that Shawn's single was set to play every half hour.
Every half hour?
SAP fired off another text saying, it is too close and we haven't jumped Ed yet. After 8 p.m., can we do every 15 minutes? No one will even notice. No one listens to the radio unless in a car. And
that's exactly it. See, these bitches are out here pushing Shawn Mendes 4 times an hour. Yeah, there have been moments where I felt like I just heard this song, especially back before these pandemic days when I was doing like delivery driving in this big white van, and I would have to just listen to the regular radio. It would be like Dua Lipa every 13 seconds, okay? Roddy Ricch The Box every other 34 seconds. And that was around like the Selena album too, and I was always waiting to hear that on the radio and never did. Anyway, that makes sense. I cannot believe they doing shit where they playing 4 songs an hour though.
Finally, playing the Shawn Mendes song every 15 minutes worked, because that week Mendes leapfrogged Sheeran on the media-based chart and hit #1.
Whoa, how wild! Isn't that crazy how that works?
SAP did say one right thing. No one listens to the radio unless in a car. And this is only when people don't have the chance to connect their streaming service to the car. Radio
the big
is
white van.
dying. So why do music charts consider radio spins as important as sales and streams? The songs on radio are not the songs that the general public likes. They are the songs that the general public is forced to like. It is impossible for a song to be an organic radio hit when it's played every 15 minutes. The Billboard Hot 100 and the other music charts should stop treating radio numbers as a metric for a song's success. But of course, they won't stop. The music industry is an extremely corrupt system, and they don't care if BTS has more fans actually buying and streaming their music. If they don't pay for radio, their #1s will be taken away. They don't care that BTS is the artist that sells the most records in the world. The music industry has brainwashed music fans into thinking that the general public's approval is better than a loyal fan base, because that is organic economic success, when it's been proven time and time again that the general public's opinion is forced into them by music labels, shameful campaigns, and strategies.
Yep.
And your favorite artist, no matter who it is or will be hurt by this, because the general public only listens to what they're supposed to listen to, and then they move on and forget.
Yep,
Artists
like a cycle.
do care about views, likes, plays, and streams, because it means that people are listening to their music and watching them perform. Those who say their favorite artists don't care about views or charts are just deluding themselves. Artists want what BTS has, whether they admit it or not.
That's the key.
The BTS, they're massive. I want that social following. Me and Shawn Mendes are like, how do we get this type of fan base?
You pay for it, apparently. Tell me about it, because I've heard it once or
BTS
twice.
and their label Big Hit always shared a message of honesty through music, and they refuse to give up these values for a number one.
That's why we
even
love
though
them.
this is something that every artist wants, including BTS themselves.
What's kind of something else that you'd like to accomplish this year?
Billboard Hot 10.
When
We
BTS
can
were
do
rejected
it.
by radio in 2017, armies assumed that it was because their songs are in Korean and nothing else. And I don't personally know BTS, but maybe they thought this too. However, when they released Dynamite in 2020, something happened. BTS had a lot of interviews for radio stations again.
They were trying
even had
again.
a bus where radio DJs could listen to Dynamite before the release date. They repeated this promotion for the release of Butter.
BTS is sending tour buses around the country to different radio stations with Butter on it. They're playing it, but we're getting a chance to hear it before anybody else.
Army's hopes were up because these are songs in English, and this type of promotion worked to a certain extent. Compared to their Korean songs, BTS were gaining significant radio play for the first time. But even in the best case scenario, the radio spins were not nearly as massive as other artists who had songs way less popular.
Look at the
than
sales.
Dynamite.
Look at the sales, y'all. Look at the sales. Literally, Jack Harlow was poppin', sales 3.8 thousand, airplay 40 million times. Rockstar by Post Malone or whatever, 5.6 thousand sales, 72 million plays. Blinding Light, I mean, we love The Weeknd, but like WAP, even WAP, 21,000 K and 24 million. Y'all, BTS is the lowest on the list. With more sales, with 4 times more sales than any other artist, and BTS is the lowest on this list. I would literally like them to politely go fuck themselves.
Butter. Maybe it's because they didn't do what they were expected to do, which is pay their way to number one. And even before the release of their English singles, BTS expressed that they hate these term manipulation tactics, and that even though they had multiple wrongful opportunities to jump to number one, they refused to do so.
부정적인 방법도 좋지만 조금 더 정직한 방법으로 좋은 음악을 만드는 게
Jenny, I love you, I never
모두
shoot.
다 좋은 음악을 하고 좋은 음악을 듣는 그런 시대가 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
Wise man. Y'all imagine Black Swan playing on the
It's
radio.
a pretty common
Fuck.
thing for BTS and other artists to invite radio
Bushhead.
DJs to their concerts and give them their albums so they can get to know them as artists. Because radio DJs are supposed to be interested in
Y'all,
music.
that's why I want to be a radio
DJs
DJ
were
so
first
badly.
supposed to share the songs they liked on their radio shows because they were supposed to be music lovers. They were even considered music experts.
That's one thing. I don't know if y'all have ever said this here on this channel, but I'm going to say it right here. Like, my dream job, I know that I don't say it because it doesn't make sense because it's dying, is to literally be a radio host. I love making content. I love making people laugh. I love making people smile. And I just love talking about music. I want to be a radio host because sometimes I just don't like to show my face. Okay. Sometimes I just want to go hide behind a little microphone. But that would be the goal one day. I'm not actively pursuing it because it's like radio's dying and it's obviously so filled with corrupt, horrible people. There's no way that someone that's genuinely interested and wants to share music like me is not going to get that opportunity. It's going to be the person that is willing to take those deals to make the most money for the company, obviously. So, you know what? My dreams are killed. Right after the dreams of me making music were killed because, you know, back in the day whenever I was first making music, you had to buy it, and now everything's streamed, so you make 15 cents for all your hard work. Gotta love the music industry, everyone. It's doing so well.
But they aren't. They do zero research before interviewing them. They ask them the same repetitive questions.
Over and over.
When armies talk about their music, they cut them to ask who their favorite member is.
I like how they're really talented and they're very inspiring. Like like all their songs. I love them.
But Sabrina, let's just cut to the important. Who do you have the biggest crush on?
They would rather tweet nonsense about BTS's looks, hair, or outfits to gain some likes. They even make fun of ARMYs, implying we are obsessive by doing things like this. Me running to stay at BTS Airbnb so I can smell B's pillow. Or this other guy called Psych, who is the most immature radio host in history. He tweeted, "We have BTS hair, people," and showed a video of BTS's hair. According to him, ARMYs responded that it was weird for him to film that and that was so embarrassing for him. He then said that it was just a joke and that he was making fun of crazy fan bases. When ARMYs didn't buy it and decided to stay away from him and not watch the interview, he said that we were not true fans because true fans would watch anything and everything when it comes to their favorite group.
Yo, how do people like this have platforms? How? Shout out to the people like Liam, shout out to people like Zach. Like, there's some good ones out there that do them right. But like I said, that's something that I would love to do. So whenever I see shit like this, it just pisses me off so much that I can work so hard and these are the people that will reap those benefits of getting to interview and crucially dissect and talk to these groups about music, and they're gonna literally tweet about their hair. No, I'm not watching the fucking interview, you dumb bitch. Nobody fucking likes you, stupid. Take this video down, you're a piece of shit. Psych. Nope, not kidding. This is true.
He also responded non-stop to every ARMY he could, and then said that everyone was just jealous of him. He tweeted, "Well, I spoke the truth. I met them. Some of you didn't. Is that not true? You don't think die-hard fans are jealous of people that meet BTS?" Another tweet said, "It must kill you to know that you'll never meet BTS, and I've met them twice in less than a year. Also, be careful with talking about snapping necks. Violent threats are not typically acceptable on social media." Of course, making himself the victim.
Who does he think he is? This is so embarrassing.
The guys didn't seem very comfortable with him, even when the interview was before any of these
I never even saw a clip of this interview before. So good job, ARMY.
Insane.
They don't look like they want to meet you either.
These radio DJs think
I kind of want to watch it
what
now
we
just to
want,
go see
but
what
the only thing
they
we're
expressions are
asking
like.
for is for them to learn a little about their music, but they don't even listen to their songs. Mario Lopez interviewed them without even knowing that they dance, and I'm pretty sure he didn't listen to a single BTS song before this interview.
What do you have planned for the concerts? Do you guys like to dance at your shows? Do you do a lot of dancing?
Yeah, of course.
So yes, dancing in the shows. What else could we look forward to?
And despite being invited, radio DJs
I'm just so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Don't get it twisted. If I was interviewing somebody and I didn't know anything about them, there may be moments where I make mistakes like this. But ask it BTS, the biggest boy group in the world, known for their mother frickin' choreography. If they're gonna do a little bit of dancing to their tour, are you gonna do a little bit of dancing? That's like asking Mario Lopez, are you gonna flash your abs in this episode of the whatever TV show your guest starred in? Of course you are. That's all you got going for you, sir. Okay? Sorry, you got good dimples too. But like at the end of the day, shut up with them dimples. It's literally like asking Ariana, are you gonna sing whenever you go on tour? Or you're thinking about singing some song? Maybe hitting a few whistle notes? Yeah?
DJs don't go to their concerts because they simply don't care.
You guys ever been to a BTS show?
We like Benny because Benny is kind of a fan for real.
At this point, the fact that none of them have gone to their concert.
See, actually, too, like, think about this. Benny put out the video, Bad Decisions, where it's literally kind of mocking ARMY, in a way. But it was done with the level of taste of a true fan, more than somebody literally taking a picture of their hair. So that's why I'm like, I get Benny. He may not have gone about it in the best way possible. I may not have gotten it, but I can see at least the ARMY-dom that's in him. Like, I know Benny has listened to BTS, you know?
At least out of curiosity, shows their bitterness. They don't get any benefits from their success, so they don't want BTS to succeed. The radio DJ Big Ray, one of the only ones who openly supports BTS, revealed that radio DJs would talk bad about BTS on a private Facebook group. He tweeted, "There's a Facebook group for radio people, and today they were basically shading BTS pretty hard. Mind you, I've been a pretty active supporter of BTS for a while, but I never thought I would get that upset."
Who's Big Ray? Do I need to go follow him right now?
These radio DJs who talk bad about BTS in private are the same ones who have the audacity to tell ARMYs, well, maybe you should be nice to DJs, ignoring all the things you get.
Like y'all are some kind of gods or something.
These guys from SiriusXM even pretended they were the ones who bought these cupcakes for BTS, when it was ARMYs who bought them for them.
No, don't show me a clip of that.
A little something to give to you guys in celebration.
We brought you cupcakes. Cupcakes.
The cupcakes even have the logo of the fanbase who sent them, which is slightly different from the official ARMY logo.
That's
And
embarrassing!
even though a DJ called Dave from 103.3 AMP radio from Boston said that ARMYs were trying to poison him with the cupcakes they sent to the station as a thank you gift. He then said that it was just a joke because he always says that ARMYs are annoying, and then he manifested that BTS will break up because he believes in manifestation. So don't say ARMYs should try being nicer to radio DJs. We've been
Like, how are these douches? Why? I don't know. Y'all comment below. Do you think that I could be a good radio host? And then everybody take all these comments, compile them up, and make a resume for me and send it off, because, like, this is making me so annoyed. And it's not even just about BTS. Y'all know that at the end of the day on this channel here, I love music, and that's why I've always done this. I've made music. I've listened to music. I was a dancer for 10 years. Like, music connects with me in such a special way. It is what saved my life. And I feel like people like that need to be the ones that are showing the music to the world, not people that are talking about Poison and bands breaking up, like, about the drama. I don't know. It just that makes me just so fucking mad that this is the end of radio because of this shit, and, like, it just sucks. It just sucks.
Radios need to stop pretending that what gets played on the radio is ever dictated by a fandom's relationship with a radio DJ. They don't care about the most
You think
requested song
Harry
or
Styles
artist.
and Taylor
They care
Swift's
about
people will
money.
call it? No. I don't give a I don't give a
In conclusion, I don't think we should blame BTS or Big Hit, a Korean company, for not bribing radio DJs. They are not the problem. Radio is. This person tweeted, "Payola is illegal. Do you really want our guys or their company to do that? You do realize that they would take the money but then give another white or at least American artist more spins so they can't top the charts? The music industry is one of the most corrupt systems marred with systemic racism and xenophobia. There is no winning this other than what we're doing for years, showing them that we will succeed anyways." In 2017, BTS and ARMYs were so excited and full of hope, without realizing how dirty the Western music industry
Yeah, that's what makes me so sad.
굉장히 어려우니까 이제 팬분들 DJ들한테 꽃다발도 보내고 여기 현지 에이전시사에서도 되게 노력 많이 하고 그런 일들.
We learned by experience, and it looks like now BTS lost respect for the industry they admire at some
I think that's
point.
exactly what it is.
It's really huge for us. We've been listening to Billboard like since we were like 8.
They are literally the biggest artists in the world right now, but they have experienced disappointment after disappointment.
Don't
They
talk
didn't
about the
even promote
Grammys.
New singles in America like they used to. Left and right, bad decisions, Jack in the Box, and yet to come. Only have some calm interviews intended for only ARMYs to watch. They have more personal content and projects. Basically,
They stopped
the same
caring,
as before, but without the awkward interviews with people from the
Stop
media.
caring about all
This
the
is
radio
why
bitches.
BTS can only rely on ARMYs, and that is a good thing. Other artists may be in the constant fear of being forgotten by the general public, unless they pay, of course. So don't let others make you believe that BTS's number ones were inorganic, because they are the only ones with an actual fan base actively purchasing their music and not paying for radio spins every 15 minutes. Brian Rowley wrote a very good article for Forbes titled "BTS didn't cheat their way to number one on the Hot 100. They just beat other artists at their own game." So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music. Don't listen to what others say. Stream, stream, stream. Watch their music videos and performances on official YouTube channels. Buy their songs and albums. It doesn't matter if they are old or new. OG7 group projects, projects with only some members, or solo projects. BTS will remain on top, whether the music
Amen.
industry likes it or not.
Tell them, Bora City. Look at those boys. Yes. Once again, Bora City did the damn thing. Y'all, I don't know why these videos have me pausing and talking so much, but I mean, just to kind of break it down, you know, if you guys know me and you've been around for a while, you know that I do things like the weekly K-pop wrap-up and the album of the week and things like that because I just love hearing and exploring new music and sharing it with the world. I love sharing my opinion, and I love when people have different opinions. Like, that's my favorite part about it. Like, tell me how you feel about this song because I want to know what you see in it. I'm the type of person that will find positives in every single song. I'm the type of person that understands what kind of work struggle these artists have to go through just to get a song out there. So even if it's a song that I don't like, I know how much fucking work was put into that. That's the type of people I feel like need to be in this music game, and that's exactly what I would love to do. This is Landon, and I am running for radio host. No, I'm just kidding, but I don't know. That's my spiel on it. Y'all know there are people out there that do love music, and it's just such a shame that everything is being put down to money these days. You know, it's not about about goodness. It's not about what's good or what's not. It's about how much can they pay. And let's not get it twisted. Hype could literally pay all of you bitches under the table. They're rich, but they're not going to. And that's why we still respect them and support them, and we always will. So remember that. Thank you so much to Sunnie for requesting this and to my patrons for voting. Thank you to Boris City Magazine for making this amazing video once again. And thank you to everybody that watched. Please make sure to click like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll be back next week with another BTS request video. Till then, love ya. Bye. Would love to know them by name. So